From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the Business, Equity, and Opportunities Podcast with Scott Sander.
Welcome to the Business, Equity, and Opportunities Podcast. I'm Scott Sander. On this episode,
CODY Adams, the host of Lifestyle Live and All Indiana, recently sat down with Ed Wright from Golden Reserve to get some information, important information about taxes and retirement.
Every business is unique and has a target audience. If you own or manage a business, Circulus Digital Media can help you connect and grow your customer base with turnkey digital solutions that are nimble, offering best-in-class results, service, and support to reach a bigger customer base, allowing you to pinpoint a specific audience down to the smallest details. Get outside the city, the state, span the globe. Put Circulus Digital Media to work for you. Get started now at circulusdigital.com. That's circulusdigital.com. This is Business, Equity, and Opportunities, running your business day to day.
In the world of retirement planning, one of the most overlooked expenses is taxes. Joining me now is Ed Wright, a partner at Golden Reserve, an Indianapolis area financial retirement planning firm. Thanks for being here, Ed. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Let's start with this. With taxes, what are some of those tax mistakes that retirees are making right now?
Yeah, the biggest mistake we see folks making is just not having a plan, a proactive plan on how am I going to address taxes in retirement, which means a lot of folks default to what Uncle Sam wants us to do, which can't be good.
Yeah, good point. In terms of penalties, what should retirees be aware of?
Yeah, there are a couple of penalties written into the tax code if you follow what Uncle Sam wants you to do. Again, he's handcuffed us into these IRAs, 401ks, all of these accounts that we owe tax on until we're 59 and a half. But we don't have to start taking money out until we hit 73 or 75. And if you follow Uncle Sam's plan, somebody's going to pass away. If you're married, there's going to be a spouse that passes away, and now you've got the same amount of money you did the year before. You've got the same taxes, but now instead of being in that married bracket, you're in that single bracket. You can get hit with twice as much in taxes as a surviving spouse. Ultimately, the money goes to the kids, and Uncle Sam knows he can get 3 times as much from them, and that's why we call that our kiddos penalty.
Wow. It feels like these are things that we should just know about, and I had no clue until you mentioned it. Why aren't advisors making this more well known?
Yeah, so financial advisor, a lot of times you talk taxes, immediately we're thinking last year. Let's get our taxes done. Where's my W-2s? Where are my 1099s? Get the taxes done. You get that done, you take a breath and you sigh of relief, but it's like you need to be thinking forward.
Yeah.
And a lot of advisors are handing you a business card to somebody who's doing last year's taxes. And also, an advisor usually gets paid based on how much money you have with them. So if they recommend that you take money out of these accounts and pay tax on it, they're actually recommending a pay cut for themselves. So it doesn't surprise me that a lot of times this advice gets missed.
Yeah, interesting how that works, right? How can your tax map simplify all of this for people?
Yeah, so for folks that want one, we will build what is called a roadmap for retirement. And one of the very first things that we're going to put in there is our tax map. This tax map, we're going to work with our team of internal CPAs. They're going to calculate what a person could pay if they followed what Uncle Sam wanted them to do and what a proactive approach would look like and how much money they could save by having their plan, not Uncle Sam's plan.
And that proactive plan could make a world's difference, right?
Absolutely. We just had a client come in recently. They had about $1 million in 401k money that they had rolled into an IRA. And if they followed Uncle Sam's plan, our CPAs calculated they could very easily pay close to $350,000 of that $1 million could go to Uncle Sam. But with the proactive approach, we're going to be able to save them at least $175,000 in taxes by them having their plan, not Uncle Sam's.
That is wild.
Yeah.
You mentioned that roadmap for retirement. When it comes to that, how can this help in terms of that big picture retirement planning?
Right, so many folks have no idea what they're looking at in retirement. They have no plan for how they're going to handle all of these risks. And taxes is just one part of that, right? You've got the market can be volatile and take money away from you. You've got fees that advisors are charging. And then at the end of retirement, you've got long-term care costs that can sneak up. So our roadmap for retirement is going to look at every one of those big risks in retirement and build a plan around how you protect yourself.
Lots of good information. And for you at home, if you want to learn more about minimizing taxes and maximizing your retirement, Ed has a great offer for you. Right now, for the first 5 callers with a portfolio of $500,000 or greater, he's offering a complimentary roadmap for retirement. This is going to allow Ed's team of retirement planners to create your tax map, fee filter, long-term care compass, market flashlight, and income tent. And they'll do all this work for no charge or obligation. It's that important. Call 463-777-773. Again, that's 463-777-773. Ed, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Tamise Cross, and I'm the co-founder and executive director of P30, which is a co-working space that operates as an entrepreneur incubator and a community resource hub for the Far East Side of Indianapolis. October of 2020, we got together with community leaders and community residents. We knew that Volumod is a modular home factory that was going to develop in the back of this building. The owners of this building knew that they had 240,000 square feet for that, but left over was 30,000 square feet. And I was called to, as a consultant, to help build out the space. Initially, it was going to be a maker space, but after talking to the community leaders and community residents, we knew that we needed something that was going to stimulate economic development for the Far East Side of Indianapolis, and so the co-working space was more ideal. And being that it's an underserved community, we knew that we was going to need to provide a little bit more programming and resources and support for our community residents to tap into entrepreneurship and focus on social entrepreneurship, which can provide social impact for our community. And given the narrative of the Far East Side, we knew that we wanted to tell a better story, like the Indy Far East Side magazine, or, do what we can in order to uplift our community. I'm also a community resident. I live a couple blocks away, so I wanted to be the change that I wanted to see in my community. And so I decided to say yes and just take lead in that. When we want to see great change in our community, we can't do it alone. We're better together. So the idea is to incorporate as many vocal people that can support you, represent you, and even advocate for some of the changes that you want to bring into the space or into the community, essentially. And together, you learn their heart. You make sure you're not duplicating or stepping on any toes, so to speak, not wanting to create competition, but you want to continue to advocate and just be a conduit for collaboration. What comes from the heart reaches the heart. So as long as we continue to be transparent, open, and vulnerable about our why, it's going to connect to another person's why. And essentially people will be able to say, hey, that's my same dream. And you invite them and say, well, let's dream together and build this out together. So that's not something that was just created from my heart, but it connects with yours. And so together, just telling people that this belongs to you like it belongs to me, because what we're experiencing in our community, if we can grieve together about the community violence, then we can also connect with one another and create more opportunities to eliminate that. So that's where the passion comes from. Any business that wants to contribute to the change that we want to implement within our community. So we hadn't created any barriers for any business, a realtor business, marketing businesses, any business essentially. It's just when we invite them to come and be a member here, we ask them to help contribute with a social impact plan that'll help uplift the Far East Side. So any business, as long as you desire to give back. It's very important just to continue to display yourself doing some type of philanthropic work. It affects us individually, if it affects us as a city. So if we want to uplift our city, it's important for us to develop a plan that's going to help with quality of life. Just like any other organization, think about a quality of life initiative that is similar to a social impact plan. If I want to help uplift the lives of those that I want to be a consumer, or I want to support the business that I'm developing, then I want to give back to them, because if I give to you, you'll give back to me. And it continues to reciprocate, and we're able to continue to see this village that has been lost. The term of supporting a village is lost now. Everyone is so individualistic and operating separately. We just want to continue to build some type of momentum like, hey, we're in this together. together and let's create unity. Let's create togetherness. We do have another location. We powered up another location called Energy Impact, and it's in Anderson, Indiana. And so they desire to do the same thing out there within that community as well. We're open and just wanting to communicate that it's power and connection. And if we continue to connect to one person, there's great impact even with that. It's a lived out mission that I've began to learn that I have been equipped for through the years. Just coming from an unfortunate background myself, I know that when you see a need, you should feel the need. That's what I've been able to learn through the years. And so I've just been encouraging the same thing.
Our thanks again to all the contributors who joined us for this episode of the Business Equity and Opportunities Podcast. We hope you found it enlightening, useful, and inspiring. You'll find more information about the show on our website, BEOshow.com. You can watch Business Equity and Opportunities Sunday mornings at 10 on Wish TV or live stream it through wishtv.com. Each week we provide 7 full segments with topics ranging from how to get started and how to access capital to the day-to-day running of your business and questions about accounting and bookkeeping. We feature business news and trends and always share a success story from one of our contributors. Join us next time for more insights into the world of small business. Be sure to sign up for our Business Equity and Opportunities newsletter to get even more valuable, up-to-date information. And if you have any questions or you'd like to be part of our show, please email us. The address is beo@wishtv.com. We'd love to hear from you. I'm Scott Sander. Thanks for listening.
Watch the Business Equity and Opportunity Show on Wish TV and access all of our content and share it on demand anytime at BEOshow.com. You can find more podcasts from Wish TV on the All Indiana Podcast Network at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.